fighting fire with fire. It is said to be close to indestructible, a virus that survives in nearly boiling acid. It sounds scary, but scientists say this new discovery could be used to help fight life-threatening diseases. Joining us now is one of the scientists who made the discovery, Dr. Edward Egelman. He's a professor at the Department of Biochemistry and Molecular Genetics at the University of Virginia. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Now, this is fascinating, but I want you to break it down for me. How could this virus be a weapon against illnesses?
Well, what the virus does is protects the genetic material, the DNA, in such a way that it can survive these incredibly harsh conditions. You could put this virus in dry cleaning fluid and it would still be absolutely intact. And what we discovered in terms of the structure is that it uses a very similar method of protecting DNA that bacterial spores use. Now, these are spores like anthrax, the bacterium that's responsible for the disease anthrax, or C. difficile. It's a bacteria that is responsible now for 30,000 deaths a year in the United States, mainly in hospitals. The CDC has elevated the risk of C. difficile infections to urgent, and C. difficile is so very difficult to kill because it also forms spores that protects DNA in a similar way. So that's what's exciting to us, that we've been able to show there's this nearly universal mechanism that things from viruses to bacteria can use that protects DNA.
So how would you use this mechanism to help the human body? So why wouldn't the human body reject it?
Well, there are many different things. I'm a basic scientist. We're interested in fundamental questions about life. Most of these, though, have implications that we can't even understand or speculate about at this time. That's why basic science research is so important. So the range is enormous in terms of what this knowledge could ultimately lead to. For instance, if we can package DNA, this could be a vehicle used for gene therapy. If we could understand how to unpackage the DNA in this form, then it could be used to destroy certain viruses. It could also be used as a vaccine because this virus is so intact and actually is not toxic to humans. Then a virus like this could actually be given orally to humans with molecules of interest put on the surface of it to be a very, very effective vaccine. So the range of possibilities is great.
I don't have much time, but I want you to just explain it to me quickly, because for me it sounds like it would be a virus entering the body, and I would think that the body would reject it. But can you explain to me how this could possibly treat people?
Well, sure. First, we consume viruses every day. So if you eat cucumbers, potatoes, cauliflowers, etc., many of them are filled with plant viruses. Those viruses are absolutely non-toxic. They're either digested, become part of the food we eat, or they're just excreted through the body. So understanding how we can use these viruses for, let's say, targeting tumors or use them for vaccines is just one of the things that emerges from this type of basic scientific research.
Interesting. Dr. Egelman, thank you so much for joining us. That's fascinating. We'll keep an eye on the story. Thank you. Leland?